My first impressions of the RX1R Mark III after a day of use. First, the autofocus is amazing. It's a technological marvel. It just sort of snaps anything into focus. People, cars, animals, whatever. It'll find the subject and lock onto the eye. Uh, and it's so small. And you know what? I didn't think the design was that hot. I thought it was kind of ordinary, but I think 5 people stopped me who didn't know what it was and were just like, hey, what camera is that? And that's a good sign that at least other people like the way it looks, even though I wish I had like a little chrome or something a little fancier. The battery life has been okay. Kyle Wolf asked about that. I think a fully charged battery would get me through most of a casual day of shooting, which is definitely a step up from the Mark II, where I talked to a photographer who needed to pack 6 batteries to shoot a concert with them. I will say I've run into some downsides. Like the leaf shutter is a bit of a problem. So it has 2 shutters, a leaf shutter that operates up to 1/2000th of a second and an electronic shutter that goes up to 1/8000th of a second. Only going to 1/2000th of a second with an f2 lens, that's not enough for you to shoot wide open in sunlight. So either you have to shut down the aperture and give up the nice bokeh that you might want as a creative choice, or you overexpose your picture, or you put on an ND filter, and none of those are ideal. So the other option is you turn on the electronic shutter, and that goes to 1/8000th of a second, but the electronic shutter has this weird wobble that I'm finding distorts subjects. Even when I'm completely still and the subject is still, there's enough camera shake when shooting handheld that it definitely distorts it a little bit. And if you're walking, trying to just grab a quick shot, like you might with a camera like this, then it's going to become very wobbly. So you really want to be in leaf shutter whenever possible, but there's also no automatic modes. You have to sort of be monitoring the light and your camera settings and manually going in and switching between the 2 shutters. And it's just very complex and not very fun, and I don't know why that can't be automatic. Also, the rear screen here, it's a decent rear screen when you put it in sunny weather. And when the camera is horizontal like that, I can see the screen okay with my sunglasses on, but as soon as I turn it sideways, this polarization on the screen makes the screen completely disappear. And basically that means I cannot use this camera with sunglasses, but it's the kind of camera you would take out on a walk during the day to do some street photography with. So it's disappointing on a $5,100 camera that the screen is so mediocre you can't use it with sunglasses. Oh, what else? I'm looking at my notes. Oh, so it does 4K video, but it's just 4K 30, which is kind of lame. And it has no stabilization, so the video is very shaky. So I don't think I would ever use this for video because it's just not, you wouldn't